Greetings, light workers. It's January the 21st, 2022. Time is flying and happy Friday. I'm here in hopes to give you a little bit of good medicine to get you started for this journey of Friday. It's not just another Friday. Each one is different and holds different energy, and therefore each one can be used to move further in whatever it is you say your dreams are. So the cards have been defined and shuffled, and it's a 3-card read. And so let's get into it. The first card is from the Lantern Oracle, and it is the strength of vulnerability. Now, this is the cover page of the Lantern Oracle, and I've never pulled this card, so I'm excited to be able to share this one with you. And it says, the power lies at the root of your perceived vulnerability. Now, Brene Brown would be jumping for joy on this one because she speaks about vulnerability a lot, and from a patriarchal society that believes strength is from vigor and never showing vulnerability, never showing yourself capable of crying, this is a whole flip for the script. So it says that our vulnerability presents us with our fears and our uncertainties and shows us what we need to overcome for personal development. So this card says it's okay to not know. It's okay to be afraid. It's okay only when you take the initiative, when I take the initiative to delve into my fears, to write about it and ask myself, why is it this scares me so much? Why is it I get tight and my breath gets short when I think of certain things, when I think of sharing my truths sometimes with those people who are closest to me. Well, that one's kind of easy because we don't like rejection. I'm just talking about me. I don't like rejection. But sometimes you have to tell the raw, naked truth of who you are, what you expect in this life, what you will show up with in this life, what you will show up for in this life, even though it is not necessarily acceptable by most or some, or those people that you're telling that story to. So, strength is in vulnerability. Your vulnerability is where you recognize your power. Because knowing that all the power that ever is, ever was, and ever will be is in each moment of the day, and you are not using it, you are not wielding it, you are not commanding it in your life, because I stay grateful because this day I woke up with clear vision. Well, I'll wear glasses because it can be a little foggy, but for the most part, clear vision. Some people didn't. With good auditory functions, with nasal capacity that is beyond some. If it's in the room, I can smell it. With tactile abilities that allow me to create. But more importantly, with the word. With the word. Because all the spiritual teachings say it begins, or maybe you could say it begins with the thought, but it grows and takes form because of the word. So those things alone make us strong and make it easier to look those vulnerabilities in the eye and recognize that the things that I may be afraid of are doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing. And it's my job to roll my shoulders back and recognize how I function in situations that don't necessarily make me jump for joy, because that's part of life. That's what they do. That stretches us. It allows us to grow. The second card in this reading is from the medicine cards from the animal deck, and it is the 37 of antelope medicine. Well, the antelope said, "Run, antelopes, run. Teach me of action and its pace. Quickly, quickly, so I may run with grace." Well, the story of the antelope says that when the antelopes were on the earth and the new people were here, they were running around naked and they weren't doing the things they needed to do to prepare because they had lost their rhythm with the earth. And the antelope called a council and brought the people to them and said, "Look, these are my gifts to you. If you are hungry, eat me. It's my gift to you. Do it." Because before the Ice Age, people could eat fruits and vegetables and it was fine, but they would never have survived it without meat. And so the antelope gave to the people its gift of its life. It said, "If you're cold, take my coat and clothe yourself. Do it. It is my gift to you." People learn through each creature's essence how to survive. And they were taught, though quite often now I think we have forgotten, but they were taught not to waste or take more than they needed. If the primitive piece of the antelope medicine is not resonating with you, I think the part where he asks us not to waste or take more than you need. Because guess what? The people may honor your will, and it goes to the generation behind you. But do they learn the lessons that you learned about how to create wealth? Not just riches, but wealth. And has nothing to do with money or resources necessarily. Will they learn the lessons in a quality way if you pass it down? Well, some will. I think all will. But some of it's going to be distorted and some of it's going to take a little longer. But it's okay. The bottom line is, I don't care how much you pile up, you can't put it in the casket or in the urn. The final card for this day is from the Hoodoo Tarot deck, and it is the Son of Sticks. And this little guy's got in his right hand a stick that he's about to throw, and it's reversed the way you're looking at it. And in his left hand, he's holding up long fingers, and he's got 6 of them, and he's proud of that. Well, the Hoodoo deck talks about a time when, and this kind of reflects back to the vulnerability, a time when people who had what we would call now deformities were seen as magical because they had something that others didn't have. And so he shows his 6-fingered hand with the long fingers with pride. And that in itself reflects back to the first card where the strength of vulnerability is spoken to. Blah. Because those things that we are fearful of showing others are the things that make us strong, because we are more alike than we are not. So 9 times out of 10, if I show you the things that make me vulnerable, it may endear you to me because those may be things that also make you vulnerable, but you are not yet willing to disclose. So somebody's got to tell a story. Somebody's got to lead the way. Somebody's got to be okay with it. So I challenge you to recognize your vulnerabilities, to be okay with them, to show up for life. This is another Friday. How you gonna carry it? Shout out to Miss Tony. Namaste, and have the best Friday of your choosing. Be well.